What's up guys, Rain here coming at you with some Timespiral drafting. And out of this pack we have the rare Spectral Force. The time shifted card is Uthden Troll. Not a great card, but an okay card. Same with this one. It is a very good blocker. Wipe Away is in this pack. I actually think that's a very good card. So is Search for Tomorrow. I think I'm going to go with Wipe Away. This can fit well into an aggressive or controlling blue deck. Search for Tomorrow is quite good, but I've played Search for Tomorrow decks so often. I think it's time for a little change of pace. Here we have Gauntlet of Power, Valor, and Magus of the Jar, all three of which are very strong. Magus of the Jar fits pretty well with my first pick. We can use the tempo play that is a little bit of card disadvantage to... I mean, this is just a really powerful effect, what can I say? Gauntlet of Power, if it was one-sided, it would be nuts. It isn't one-sided, which means it's a little worse in some sort of the mirror matches. Valor, I think the white decks are actually pretty strong in this format. It's between Valor and Magus. I don't know what somebody took out of this pack. Maybe a Tromp the Domains? I'm going to go with Magus here. I like casting Memory Jar. Here we could take Gregor Gargadon. We could also take a Gemhide Sliver or Safri. I'm a big fan of Gemhide. I know I've drafted Slivers quite a bit. I am pretty comfortable with it. Typically Sliver decks are not blue, but this is again just fixing and a good 2-mana guy even if we're not playing Slivers. Other options, Pendelhaven Elder is actually pretty good. Like actually really good in some decks, but we'll take Gemhide. Ghost Ship, very good card. Very hard to kill flyer. Totem's okay. Worm is pretty good. Yeah, for me it's just going to be Ghost Ship. What are we passing? A Gaze of Justice, this Worm, this Demonic Illusion, and this Totem. That's about it. This is one of the reasons I actually really like the Timespiral drafting. It's just because you can end up with... It's unique. There's just not a lot that changes here. 6-mana Counterspell, Flash Flyer. Yeah, that seems fine to me. Could also take Green Seeker here. But I'm going to go with the Welk. We're definitely in the right place here. I'm going to take Telekinetic Sliver. Tapping down lands is a big deal. We also do have a Gemhide Sliver already. So we don't even have to end up with a Sliver deck, but we can just end up with a couple Slivers that are just really good. Here there's also a Think Twice and a Mystical Teachings, both very good, but Telekinetic's definitely the pick for me. Here we could take Eddy, which is not great, but is actually fine in this format. We could take Crozen Grip or Fungal Reaches. It's between Eddy and Fungal Reaches for me. I suppose Thallid Germinator is also on that list. We could take the Germinator here. We do already have Wipe Away, which is like a better Eddy. I'm going to take the Germinator here. Fits well into like a blue-green controlling deck, which we have. Here there's a Fungus Sliver. We may not be pinging our slivers, but at the same time this is solid. It's also a Tree Folk, which is decent. A Madness card, and a Rebel. But you can actually play Rebels in this set, it's a pretty good deck. Here we can take Screeching Sliver. It reads the word Sliver, so it's probably playable. We could also consider Crier if we wanted to end up 3 colors, but I think I'm just going to go with the Screeching. We may not play the Fungus and the Screeching Sliver. It depends a lot on what comes. Sage of Epicure is great. So yeah, a decent start. Not my best start, not my worst start. Hopefully we'll get to use some memory jars here. Pendelhaven Elder came back to us. We don't even need the fact that we already have 3 creatures that work with it. We also get the fact that it works with itself. It blocks as a 2/3. And it says each, which is pretty nuts. Coral Trickster, perfectly fine 2-drop if we need it, and perfectly fine 3-drop. We're definitely in the right deck. Do we want another Screeching Sliver or a Serpent? I think we want the Serpent. Screeching Sliver is just not very good. I'm not sure I'm playing the first one. That Thallid was just a 5/2, so low toughness is a big deal. Here we can take Aetherweb, bring it in against Shadow and Fly. And Eddy is our stick. Yeah, we're definitely in the right deck. The end of pack 1 was actually quite good as well. Picking up like a 10th pick Pendelhaven Elder. Here we can take a Penumbra Spider or a Cancel. Or a Mystical Teachings, I suppose. I think I like Spider here though. It's a very hard to remove guy. It's just good value. Alright. There's a Drakeling and an Undying Rage, Careful Consideration, and an Urza's Factory. If you didn't watch one of my video series, I may not be uploading it, we'll see how the video looks. Undying Rage is such a piece of shit. It's so hard to deal with this. But I think for me it's just going to be Careful Consideration. I like drawing a lot of cards. Drakeling is close actually, just because it's better for the curve, and Thallid Shelldweller would not be bad with Pendelhaven Elder Thallid Germinator. Hope to wheel one of those. We were wheeling Pendelhaven Elder last pack, so one can dream, right? Second telekinetic sliver. Yeah, I can't pass that. Oh, Garden Hellkite's really good. Let's read this. Interesting. Definitely just telekinetic here. This actually makes our Screeching Sliver playable. I wouldn't hate a Thallid Germinator, a Bewilder, or a Terramorphic either. Here there's a Think Twice, Triskelevis, which is really good actually. The 1/1s can deal 1 damage, it's just a big flyer, it's really good. Think Twice is definitely second on this list. We have a good deck. We do not need 4-drops. I kind of like taking Might Sliver here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slivers right now. And Fungus Sliver is kind of mediocre if you don't have a Lord effect. Might Sliver is very good. It could end up backfiring on us, but I think it's worth it. Note, Twisted Abomination, Strangling Suit, kind of Leisure the Pit as well, are all very good. So I expect this person is in black, maybe even this person as well. Or people moved into blue-green and out of black. That's also possible. Flying Man. Yeah. I guess here we take Tromp or Luteral Core. Tromp is really good. We have a lot of really committing blue cards. And a kind of committing green mana base as well. What are the odds I get the third one off? Because when you get 3, that's when this card gets nuts. Is Looter just better for me here? Looter is more consistent, Tromp is more powerful. I'm going to take Tromp. Tromp is just too good. I'll find something. 1/3 flyer for 4. Bounces your own stuff. Versus Dreamstalker. Pretty clear what the choice is here. Truth or Tale is not terrible. Glass Asp. Not terrible. I think it's definitely Truth or Tale. Mystical Teachings versus Aspect of the Mongoose. Mystical Teachings gets Draining Welk. It gets Careful Consideration. Gets Wipe Away. It answers a lot of situations pretty decently. We may not play it, but we may play it. I'll take the Drakeling over the Urza's Factory. I'm not concerned about winning the game off of a lot of lands. Looks like we're playing one Swamp for this Trump, for the flashback on Mystical Teachings. Here we could take a Bewilder, we could search it up with Mystical Teachings, and no, there's a Thallid Germinator. Helps our Pendelhaven Elder, helps our Trump by producing tokens. Yeah, I'll take that. Spell Burst, we take in the sideboard for when we're on the play. I'll take a Serpent against blue decks. We may not play this first Serpent. Eternity Snare versus the mid-range decks. Alright. Blue still really open. Green not as open, but open enough for us to be in it. It's a really late Trump the Domains. Jaya Ballard the Nuts. This card turns your cards into Searing Spears. Jeez. It like absolutely destroys our deck. I think I have to take a Dreadship Reef here. Helps our Mystical Teachings. If we actually want to play a black card, it could help us do that as well. We could also consider Dirkwood Tracker, which might be the pick. It is very good at picking off 2/2s, and a lot of the evasive bodies in this format are 2/2s. I'm going to go with the Tracker. I've been impressed with it. Pirate Ship. How can we say no to Pirate Ship? Green Seeker. And Fool's Demise. Fool's Demise plus Penumbra Spider. What a combo. Even as like a 4-mana or 5-mana pinger, this is okay. Is it better than taking a Green Seeker here or a Thallid Germinator? Might just be best to take the Thallid Germinator. Alright, we'll go with what's good instead of what's sweet. Here we could take Thallid. Solid 1-drop. Very good with Pendelhaven Elder. Could also take Terramorphic Expanse. We do have enough playables to, you know, make a deck here. And Terramorphic Expanse would make our Tromp a lot better. He's so cute. I guess Terramorphic is the better card. Yeah! Put a fungus counter on each fungus you control. Versus a second Gemhide and a Fathom Seer. Wow. I just can't pass this, can I? I really want the second Gemhide. Really, really do. We do have a lot of 4-drops. Maybe it's right to take the Gemhide. We have 3 fungi right now, with the chance to get a 4th. We get to put fungus counters on our fungus sliver. Or spore counters. to take the ramp card. I think that's close. Now we take this. I remember Giant Oyster was pretty decent. It's okay. Teferi's moat is annoying. Phantom Worm I might take here. Truth or Tale is something I would like to do onto. Ashcoat Boar as well. Think Twice I actually like more than Truth or Tale. Let's go with Think Twice here. Errant Ephemeron versus Sage. Both good cards. I think I like Ephemeron. Riftwing Cloudskate. Well, I would have taken Sage if I knew we were getting a Riftwing, but I will play them both. Here we take a cancel. I think our deck is too good for that to make the cut. It is interesting when you get a Mystical Teachings to cancel. When you're ahead, it just solidifies that you've won. Here we could take a Fool's Demise or a Green Seeker. Like, Fool's Demise is also interesting with Triskelevis and Penumbra Spider. Magus of the Jar. What a combo. Oh man, we should have taken it. Do we have one? No, we don't. Oh, that's disappointing. Just keep playing Magus of the Jar. Oh. We took a Green Seeker over it. Yeah, I guess it was the right pick, but it wasn't the sweet pick. It's going to be hard cutting some cards from this deck. Going to be cutting some cards I don't normally cut from any deck. Bewilder. I want it over Snapback. Yes. Tree Folk. Truth or Tale. I'll keep it in for now. Oh, it's time to start thinking about cuts. We could, just gonna toss it out there, play a mono blue deck. That is actually possible with this. So let's examine what we gain and lose by playing green. So let's put those there. Let's put in the playable but not good enough cards that I took out. Taking a cancel. Let's see what this curve looks like. That's a decent curve. Now the question is this better than playing green? Let's sort by color here. What are the worst cards? I guess CMC. So we would cut Eddie. We would cut probably Fungus Sliver. We would cut Green Seeker. Cut a Truth or Tale. We cut a Cancel. Serpent. Dreamstalker. maybe Screeching Sliver. 1, 2, 3 things that make Screeching Sliver quite good. Well, 4 or 5 actually. You cut Coral Trickster. Where's our Errant Ephemeron? You go there. Group creatures separately. Germinator. Maybe? Maybe we cut Pendlehaven Altar. There's no way. We have 4 Thallid generators, as well as like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1/1s, 6 things that make 1/1s. Yeah. I think I'm good with keeping Pendlehaven Altar in. Our 2s are really good, our 1s are pretty good. Screeching Sliver could be on the list for cuts. Truth or Tale is not amazing. Could cut Trump for consistency purposes. I don't think I'll need it to close out a game. And playing a swamp might be poor. We'll cut Mystical Teachings and Trump. 3 more cards. We cut maybe Tracker. Thing is, we have to cut some creatures. Yeah, I think Tracker might be our worst creature. Might Sliver, 5 mana 4/4. Jar, you're not a creature. Is Ephemeron too slow? There's no way. Here we'll cut a Screeching Sliver. I'd be perfectly fine playing it, but our deck is too good. Our deck is too good. Maybe we take the Bewilder out. Doesn't leave us with a lot of combat tricks. I actually like Bewilder. I like all of our spells here. We even have like a pseudo counterspell. Good amount of interaction. Good synergy. Thallid Germinators. Is it the Windrake? No, this is a good card. What's the last cut? Is it this Truth or Tale? Or is it Sage? I like Sage. Truth or Tale might just be like a better Sage. I haven't cast Sage a lot, so I'm not 100% sure on it. That might be the wrong cut. That said, our deck is really, really good, so the cut was going to be pretty hard regardless. We got Terramorphic. Jeez, look at these cards in our sideboard. Make me cry. Yeah, that seems right. I don't think we'll need more than 10 blue sources. So let's go 10-8. There we go. We'll be back with our blue-green. How do I describe this deck? Fungus, Sliver, control. We actually would have really liked a Paradox Haze, just as a final note. Gives you an extra upkeep, so we could take 2 counters off of Riftwing, Cloudskate, and Errant Ephemeron, as well as putting 2 fungus or spore counters. Alright, yeah, now back for the games.